What is Pokemon Legends hiding? Well, that's what we're going to figure out today thanks to Pokestarmy and Eclipse on Twitter. They put together an amazing thread with basically everything we know so far and a full analysis of the trailer, the official dedicated webpage, and also some leaked pictures. And all the information is combined into a singular thread on Twitter going through everything. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Now, first up, we have the trailer that shows us a game that combines both action and RPG elements in an open world. Now, the story should take place anywhere between 150 years ago, both at the end of the Edo era and the beginning of the Meiji period of Japan's history, before IDs such as, being a Pokemon trainer and a gym leader even existed. We set this new adventure in an ancient Sinnoh region where people from all over the world have settled in a certain village to explore this new land. This time, the goal of the game is to catch all the Pokemon in order to create the very first Sinnoh Pokedex. Now, in this ancient time, Sinnoh is full of Pokemon from other regions, and the Pokedex we must create is actually a sketchbook dex. In the trailer, it is teased multiple times that drawing is important for this game, and the Japanese site also mentions it, leaving no more doubts. So yeah, if you guys remember the images of the drawings on the website, they were right there as well. Now, I think this is the reason why this is the same place where we will receive our starter in the background. There are large piles of paper indicating that the informations we've gathered through writings and drawings, and that we will be chosen to fill this role, the creation of the dex. So yeah, the drawings are going to be basically our way to show what these Pokemon look like prior to the future where a Pokedex, index exists with pictures and all that. So the images, the drawings will kind of be our way of doing that, and that's why there's a large stack of papers in the background in this office of this weird, almost galactic looking building. Now, there are multiple types of houses, mostly recognizable through the roof colors, as well as their tags. Normal tags for common and red tags for key houses. So yeah, common houses, just normal stuff, people living there, and the red ones will be important houses for maybe healing and stuff like that. While some of us fairly noticed torches all around the map indicating the lack of electricity, I'd like to share details that many have missed. The presence of street lamps inside the village and the fact that the rooms are perfectly lit, which normally wouldn't happen with torches, which is interesting. Yeah, in the village you can actually see that, which means that this might be a period actually set right around when slightly before Japan kind of joined the rest of the world in terms of technology and industrialization and all that, the period right before that, because they were cut off from the world, separate from all of them, but eventually joined the rest of the world and got all these things. So maybe it's one of those cases where the region, it sort of is just getting there specifically and, stuff like that. So yeah, but basically, what could this mean? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But again, anything could be, in fact, anything could be possible. In fact, they also showed this scene with the books, and the room, it is lit only by a small flame, which is fair enough. Now, to catch a Pokemon, we can observe them to learn their behavior, having the possibility to sneak up, aim a Pokemon, and try to catch it. Otherwise, we still have the option to battle choosing our own Pokemon. All this with no transitions of any kind. Now, the website reports important extra details. The old Pokeball model, mostly made of wood with steam puffing from their tops when Pokemon are caught, and Pokemon abilities seem to be lacking in this game, leading us to think, once more, that the objective is drawing this SketchDex, or the Pokedex that's going to be the future one. That might be the case. We'd already finished it if it weren't for 2 leaked images containing additional infos. This one is the first one, showcasing 6 field features for both trainers and Pokemon. Field Trainer, rolling escape, hiding, catching, and then field Pokemon, high speed, mountain climbing, and gliding, flying. Now, I do think that the one showing the Pokemon climbing kind of does remind me a little bit of Galactic, but could also be something else. The second image is the most interesting one. It explains the seamless battle with no more turn-based battles given the introduction of the ATB gauge system. This means that the Pokemon have their own inner timer that allows them to act independently regardless of what we are doing. So yeah, that's going to be a possible way of battling. Example, if we approach a wild Pokemon and decide to battle, we must be quick, because we are deciding which attack our Pokemon will use on our opponent, and will not stand still and look at us, but will attack both of us, trainers and Pokemon, and that's why we can roll dodge. So that is awesome. You're going to be able to actually, think about that. It's going to be incredible. You won't actually, it will be, more realistic in terms of battling because your Pokemon will react in the same way. Now, this picture is crazy because it shows us Lucario against a wild Shinx. What's wrong? It says Lucario's level is 11 and 102 HP, which in theory we can obtain a Lucario at such a low level with enough happiness. It's impossible for it to have so much HP, more than double. This other screen shows the trainer with a Rhydon, but as you can see, this Rhydon is actually Oz. It isn't a wild Pokemon, so we can surely get a Pokemon out of their Pokeballs, even if we're not in the middle of a battle. Rhydon stats are fine here, even if not max. And if you look at those, you see what he's talking about. Level 60 and about 317 HP. On the left and right of the screen, only in given occasions, we can select two options, even during a battle apparently. The left option can't be recognized, while the right side is the high speed movement function, riding a Pokemon to move faster, to dodge easier, and maybe even attack. Now if we look at those images, you'll see what they're talking about. Next up, we have also the right icon will change based on where we are, and we will be allowed to do in more specific situations, giving us the opportunity to use the field Pokemon features, high speed, mountain climbing, gliding / flying. If we are using one of these features, the icon will turn yellow, which you can see from the images as well. Bottom right of the screen is basically our well in sight menu with our Pokemon like Rhydon from before and our items, and now we can also confirm that there are multiple types of old Pokeballs, as you can see. Ultra Ball, Citrus Berry, Pokeball, Mega Ball, Timer / Heavy Ball, seemingly, possibly. Now, the infamous picture. Now, what you can see here on the image and this like part right here, I will include an image of something somebody on Reddit drew that actually, thanks to one of our fellow viewers, he shared this on Twitter, but basically somebody drew an image showing that this weird creature almost looks like a weird form of like Magmar almost with like an axe. It's kind of easier to see when, you see that whole thing. But now, the infamous image, top right, means king / boss battle, but the last kanji in particular has multiple meanings. For example, to be charged with, so it perfectly links with the idea of Pokemon attacking the trainers too. Since it has a different HP bar, larger and in yellow, we must consider it one of the area bosses. I think these are mandatory boss fights that block our path when Pokemon in those areas are incredibly stronger than us and our level cap, similar to what happens in Sword and Shield's wild area. Now, we'll have to wait and see if this is the case, but we'll see, if that's what it turns out to be like, so stick around. Also, have you noticed how wild Pokemon levels have been hidden in the entire trailer? It shouldn't be a case nor an internal choice to avoid spoilers on the HP bar, since the latter is present in the trailer. In this game, we won't be able to tell the level of a wild Pokemon, which that is pretty interesting if that is that's the way they do it, because why would they hide it otherwise? But if they actually hide the level, I'm really intrigued to see how that's going to work like and how that's going to affect the gameplay. In this collage via Melio on Twitter, we can take a look at all three of the field Pokemon and the one with the yellow glow. Some of these seem like new forms, maybe ancient forms of already known Pokemon like Nuzleaf with a longer body. Not to be excluded the possibility of clothes / armor for field mons. And you can see right here kind of drawings for what these things could possibly be. And then of course Nuzleaf as well, can't forget that. But yeah, the boss Pokemon has some similarities to Sirfetch'd, like the actual features as well as what it seems to be a sword and a shield, the exact two type of weapons used by Sirfetch'd. But there's more I want to explain before leaving. You gotta see what's going on right there in terms of those, forms. Now we'll continue on. The glow is the one we saw in the trailer when two Pokemon battle, but in this case, the leaked image doesn't present any of our Pokemon. No HP bar on the left, indicating that we will still have to choose it. The glow is different from those we've seen because it's when we are attacked, right? So yeah, you'll see what that sort of looks like in terms of, images right here. And yeah, it is a different glow, clearly. It doesn't mean that just like what we're seeing right there is just that glow, because it looks very specific on these other images, as you can notice. I decided to conclude this analysis thread by saying something that many have already noticed. Pokemon Legends Arceus, right, has the colon in it. This image with the Sinnoh book on the top also features other books below, other stories that will be told in the future with different legends. And yeah, this is something I want to do a specific video on later on. If you guys want to see it, just let me know by commenting #otherlegends in the comment section down below. But I want to do a video diving a bit deeper into all the other possible games they could do, like for example Pokemon Legends Ho-Oh and Lugia, Pokemon Legends Kyurem, Pokemon Legends Zygarde, all the possibilities. I want to talk about all of those in a future video, so let me know if that's something you guys want to see, and I will definitely do that, because I feel like it definitely would be a good way, to to just kind of explore more things. Also, something that you've got to mention here is actually as well another thing, which is that the logo on the arm of the characters is actually similar to the, or actually it says Galactic, but somebody down here, Chuno, on the replies in this thread actually says that if you look at it, it kind of looks like the logo is saying like the different regions maybe people are from or the starters are from, like Sinnoh, Alola, Unova, and Johto. And who knows, maybe that is the case, and maybe that was the original like way the logo for Galactic looked like before Galactic turned all evil and stuff. And again, it's just a theory, so who knows. As well as another thing, like he also mentions, this Chuno guy mentions that the different roof colors show which people come from the different places maybe in the region, hence why the colors of the roofs are somewhat different and in the different buildings, because there are different people from different regions that have come to the Sinnoh region, right? So anything is possible, but that is it, ladies and gentlemen.